Hello, welcome to Gospel Faith Television UK. Today I want to talk about the footballer who goes by the name of Vincinius Jr. That's his picture there. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but in that picture there, Vincinius Jr. is crying. So he was in the Metro newspaper, and specifically newspapers all over England, the Sun, the Mirror, 2 days ago, which was probably, I think, well, let me look at my phone first. Yeah, about 3 days ago, about the 25th of March 2024. And the title for that article was, Vincinius Jr. was crying about the racism that he faces whenever he plays football all over the world. So he was interviewed before the England versus Brazil game at Wembley. And in the interview, Vincinius Jr. broke down and he was crying. And he said that if in most stadiums he plays in Spain, he faces racism, there's racial chants. But what he said that caught me the most was, he said that he said he doesn't like to see black poverty all over the world. That's why I'm making this video. He said, I don't want to see black poverty all over the world. Wow. Now, if you look at, that interview where Vincinius Jr., I'll show it to you, man. What? That interview where Vincinius Jr. broke down. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, look, the man is crying. Yeah, so that interview where Vincinius Jr. broke down and he was crying, it tells me a lot. It tells me a lot. Trust me. Yeah, it tells me a lot about Vincinius Jr., the footballer, being a young man. I don't know how old he is, but I don't think Vincinius Jr. is over 25 years old. He's probably about 23 years old. Obviously, we all know that he plays for Real Madrid. But he's still a young man. So, for a young man to come out on national TV worldwide and he started crying about the racism that he's facing and black poverty all around the world, it touched me as well, because he said no one supports him. So this young man, Vincinius Jr., is a world-class footballer that cried about social and racial abuse that he receives. And he also cried about black global poverty. That's where I come into it myself, because this is what Gospel Faith Television UK represents. I've been making videos for years, man. And I've been talking about the same issue, about black global poverty all over the world. So this tells me that Vincinius Jr. himself has got a good heart. He cares about his people. Because Vincinius Jr. could have spoken about black poverty in Madrid, where he plays his football, or he could have spoken about black poverty in Brazil, probably Rio de Janeiro. I don't know, maybe that's where he's born or whatever. But the man's not like that. He was talking about black poverty worldwide. And that caught my attention. In that interview where Vincinius Jr. broke down and he was crying, he made a comment. He made a statement. The man was sobbing. Very emotional indeed. And he said, I talk about the racial abuse that he faces all over the world. And he says he talks about black poverty that is going on all over the world. But he said no one supports him. I wish I could support. So the least I could do for Vincinius Jr. and his situation was to create this video. He even went as far as saying that sometimes he thinks about quitting football. Wow. So my question today is, what are our black leaders and presidents all over the world doing about black poverty? It's a good question. It takes a 23-year-old, Vincinius Jr., to come out and talk about black poverty all over the world. This man is not even a leader. He's not even a president. This man wasn't even voted in. The question here is, what are our black leaders and black presidents doing about black poverty all over the world? Why does it have to take Vincinius Jr., a young football player, to come out and speak about black poverty all over the world? Another question I want to ask is, what are our black celebrities doing to help this deprived situation about black poverty all over the world? I remember, I think it was in the 80s, I can't remember specifically what year it was, when Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Kenny Rogers, they came out with that song, We Are the World, USA for Africa. They were trying to help the black African children that were starving in Ethiopia. They did something about it. There was donations towards it. Bob Geldof done a charity song. It's called Feed the World. These people are doing things. But my question is, what are black celebrities? Or why don't black celebrities talk about black poverty? I see a lot of black celebrities on social media. They're flashing their bling bling and their jewelries and everything. They're flashing their private jets and they're doing this. What are you doing about black poverty, man, all over the world? That's my question. Let me tell you something here. People with good hearts like Vincinius Jr., young black sportsmen, will always come out and cry. It's not going to stop. It's not the first time this thing has ever happened. And the reason why it won't stop, black poverty around the world and the abuse this young footballer, Vincinius Jr., is receiving, the reason why it won't stop is because black people have to start to support one another. You're waiting for FIFA to stop the abuse. You're waiting for people from other races to come and stop black poverty all over the world. You're joking, man. Black people will have to stop and start supporting one another. That's the only way this abuse is going to stop. Or this black poverty is going to stop. Let me tell you something here. Black people all over the world will see this video about Vincinius Jr. crying. And they will hear his plea. But let me tell you the truth here. Black people all over the world, they're going to pretend like they didn't hear. They're going to pretend like they didn't see it. And the saga continues. Gospel Faith Television, I'm the founder of Gospel Faith Television UK, Pastor Ojimba Alex here. And I've been crying about black poverty all over the world for years. But no one cares. Black people themselves don't even care. And this is exactly why I am supporting Vincinius Jr. on the subject. Black poverty all over the world should be eradicated. Let me tell you something, if you like it or not, black people, we got a job to do. And we have to wake up all over the world before it's too late. I'm your prophet, Pastor Ojimba Alex. I'm your global prophet. Thank you.